Good morning, guys. I have to say that I hate cooking for myself. I'm not much of a foodie, and I just sometimes or most of the time am not motivated to cook for myself. I think though that cooking for yourself is probably the best thing you can do when you're in your 60s and you're retired. It saves money, it's healthier than going out or eating a lot of processed food. So let me just take you through my day and we'll see what I can cook up. And I like easy recipes, quick to make recipes, and hopefully you'll get a few good ideas. I do want to give you a bit of a disclaimer, I guess. I'm a very small person. I'm only 5 feet tall. I don't weigh a lot, so my portion sizes are not that large. Quite honestly, if I have like the typical 2,000 calorie a day diet that a lot of people would have, I'll gain weight. And especially in my 60s as a female, it seems like you just look at a cookie and you've gained 5 pounds. So if you're taller, if you require more calories than what I require, then just increase the portion sizes of all the things that I'm going to make or add in an extra snack. So let's get moving. First of all, I do start my day with a cup of coffee. I just will not give up my cup of coffee. And I also start my day with a glass of water just to get me going. I start my first meal probably later in the day, like 10 o'clock. I'm just one of those people who does not like to eat early in the morning. And so I start my day with my first meal at around 10 o'clock. And then I kind of space out my meals 2 to 3 hours apart. I'm not religious about it. I just kind of live my life in a relaxed manner. So I'm going to start with breakfast number one, peanut butter chocolate smoothie. I'm using peanut butter chocolate protein powder. So we'll start off by adding in about 1 banana. Now I froze mine because it makes the smoothie colder and thicker. Next, I'm going to add in approximately 4 ice cubes, maybe 5. Okay, maybe 6. Next, I'm going to add in my peanut butter chocolate protein powder. And next is 1 cup of soy milk. You can use almond milk, you can use regular milk, whatever you prefer to drink. I blended my smoothie and now I'm just going to pour it into my favorite glass. I do drink the entire thing that I made. You're only seeing a little bit in the glass, and I am adding bee pollen. It's just really good for you. You can also add hemp seed or even oatmeal if you'd like. Put in your straw and your breakfast number one is ready to go. I just sip it by my window in my favorite chair, watching YouTube or just any other inspiration that I want in the morning. Next, we have breakfast number 2, and we're making some very simple Greek yogurt with black cherries that I thawed out. I'm going to add in hemp seed to mine, and I'm also going to add in some coconut granola. Not too much, but just a little bit to give it some extra sweetness. And my breakfast number 2 is ready to go. For lunch, I'm going to make an Asian-inspired bowl. Basically, I'm going to just marinate some tofu and I'm going to put a whole bunch of different toppings on it. And I love this dish because you can use whatever you want. We will start off by marinating the tofu. The tofu has been pressed for about 30 minutes. I'm going to pour in about a quarter cup of soy sauce. You can use tamari sauce, or you can also use coconut aminos. I usually do a low sodium version of whatever I put in. And next I'm going to put in about 3 tablespoons of rice wine vinegar. You could probably use some mirin. You could probably use apple cider vinegar, but the rice wine vinegar is the best. Then I'm going to put in about a tablespoon of maple syrup to give it a little bit of sweetness. You want salty, sweet, perfect combination. Next, I'm going to put in a teaspoon of toasted sesame oil. And then I'll add in some chopped ginger, probably about a tablespoon or so, and some chopped garlic. Also about a tablespoon, or maybe like 2 or 3 cloves. Stir it all together. And I'm going to pour it on my tofu, which I've cut into 4 pieces. I am going to let that marinate for ideally about an hour to give it the perfect flavor. I'm going to air fry it at 400 about 5 minutes on each side. Of course, you can do that in the oven. And here we go with all the toppings: a fried egg on some rice. Now I'm going to add in the tofu that I've cut up into pieces. I'm going to add in some kimchi. Here I've got some green onion, and I've got some cucumber. I've also got some chopped avocado. Edamame would be really, really good on that as well. I'm using coconut aminos to give it some flavor. And of course, I can't live without chili crisp. I always put on a lot just to give it a little bit of a zing and some spice. And here you go. You absolutely need chopsticks. That makes everything taste better. So for dinner, I'm going to make some grilled chicken thighs with just a simple salad because of the carbier lunch that I had. I tend to have a really big lunch and a smaller dinner. So I'm going to air fry my chicken thighs. Of course, you can use your oven. I just happen to use my air fryer. I do it at 400 degrees for 7 minutes on each side to get everything golden brown. And this is just marinated in some barbecue sauce. I'm going to chop up some greens while my chicken is in the air fryer. I'm using romaine lettuce, but you can also add in some spinach or some kale, whatever greens that you like. I'm going to add in some chopped cucumber for tonight, and I'm going to slice up some grape tomatoes to give it a little bit of color. But of course, you can also do red pepper or some celery or pretty much any veggie that you have in the fridge. A salad is whatever you want it to be. I'm adding in a little bit of feta cheese, but you can add in Parmesan or a little bit of cheddar or some sunflower seeds. For dressing, I keep it super simple. I'm just going to squeeze about half a lemon or so into the salad. I just find bottled dressings sit in my fridge forever, so I find this is just easier. Put some extra virgin olive oil, and I always make sure I get an olive oil that's super good quality, a little bit peppery in taste. And I'm going to add in some ground pepper. Give everything a really good stir. For plating, I'm going to just put the salad into my bowl. I seem to like eating food in bowls. I don't know what it is, but I rarely use plates, mostly bowls. My chicken turned out really beautifully. It's got just the right amount of char. This is why I do love using my air fryer, but you can of course use your oven. And if you have a convection oven, you'll achieve the same result, because basically an air fryer is pretty much just a tiny convection oven. I find an air fryer is really great for one person. So I'm going to put my chicken on top of my salad. And dinner is done. Very simple. I just like to have a smaller dinner. I don't like to be full when I go to bed because I find that I don't sleep well. Onto some snacks. Again, keeping it very simple. Medjool dates with peanut butter, an apple, and some nut with dried fruit. There you go, guys. So this is my day of eating. As you can tell, all of these recipes are very simple. There's actually really no recipes. But if you have any questions, or if you want more specific details, please leave your questions in a comment section below. And also hit the subscribe button to subscribe to my channel, and the notification bell so that you know whenever a new video pops up. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you next week.